Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
Matsudo, no Tubi September. I wanted to start off this week happy. And we've talked about this the last couple of weeks. When we need to go to a happy place, we go to Disney Plus. Because you need those animated movies, those Disney classics. Just something that makes us feel good, because we watched a lot of shit within the last 8 or 9 months. And not all shit. There has been a lot of good ones, but whenever we need to quickly get a 90-minute movie, we're just like, fuck it, we'll go to Tubi, because you can even get a 70-minute movie there. But anyhow, so yes, I went to Disney Plus. And so before I even get the movie, do you remember way back in 1993 a little movie called Homeward Bound?
Of course I do.
I love Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound is a great movie. Anyone that has pets, if you did not feel any emotion at the end of the movie, you either had no pets or you're a sociopath. I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about.
I fucking agree. I agree with you 100%. Like, if you do not fuck with dogs and animals like that, I do not fuck with you, especially in that movie.
Correct. And spoiler, Shadow coming, just, it's going to be a happy ending. They're going to find it. You just know, because at that time. And I still was like, God, I love this movie. It's a great story. Michael J. Fox, Sally Field, and Donna Mesh doing the voices. Soto, and now, if you know, the movie's called Homeward Bound / The Incredible Journey. Because it's based on a 1960... It is because it's based on a 1961 book called The Incredible Journey.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
It's an okay name.
It is. Well, that's just what they named the book. And the woman actually based a story on her 3 pets at the time. But Soto, this isn't the first time they made a movie out of this book. There is actually a 1963 movie called The Incredible Journey. So that is my very first movie that I am actually going to talk about today. So I'm going to... What? 100%. 1963... What?
Wow, my flabbers are gasted.
Your flabbers are gasted.
I did not know there was another. Wow. Okay.
So
take this.
Well, I'm going to kind of talk about the differences, and you'll see a lot of things. So yes, the story is pretty similar. 2 cats and a dog, though in this movie, Incredible Journey, the golden retriever is like the young pup. And they actually have like the bull terrier as the older dog. The names are obviously different. We got Luath, who's the Labrador golden retriever. Bodger is the name of the old dog, and Tao is the name of the Siamese cat. Very 60s.
Oh, it's Siamese cat.
Very 60s, yes. So this movie kind of starts off, if you remember Homeward Bound, they go really into why the family dropped off the animals. They give more of a backstory. This one, the guy already has the animals. A lot of things are similar. He goes away on a trip. He's having someone watch the animals. He leaves a note. The note falls, blah, blah, blah. Dogs, all the pets panic. Like, what's happening? We got to go home. So it kind of starts in the middle there. We also, Soto, don't meet the kids until the very last scene. And now I'm building up the reason why this is good and bad. The major difference is, I just mentioned with Homeward Bound, I think we had the voiceover. So each animal kind of had a personality. Like I said, Michael J. Fox's Chance, Donna, they were great. They conveyed a lot of emotion, what they could in the voices, and they just fit the characters. This one, it's a narrator. It's almost like reading a book, and he's kind of more explaining the story. So the dogs and cat do not have like the inner voices in Homeward Bound that they do in this. But a lot of similar, scenes. The scene with the bears, with the cat getting separated. So there is a lot of similarities. There's not, the kids aren't even in this movie at all. So in Homeward Bound, they're showing the kids, especially when the family finds out the pets are missing, their journey to find the dogs. And yes, it's more focused on the animals. Whereas this, I think that's where the emotional moment does not happen in this movie like it does in Homeward Bound, because you're getting narrated a story and you don't meet the kids at the end. So it's like, oh, who are these people? I hate to say it like this, why do I care? But it's still a happy, Disney film. The first thing I noticed, and I laughed, is, opening credits are starting. The pets, the animals, get top billing. Like you just see their names, like the whatever the real pet's name. They're like so and so is Lou, and I'm like, you know what? Good for them. They are technically the stars. These pets got top billing. So I'm laughing, but yeah. So for the most part, I think a lot of this movie was fine. But it's basically like I said, someone's reading a book to you, and you're seeing it play out, which is very good for 60s movies.
Yeah.
Whereas again, like I said, having the voiceovers in Homeward Bound, they definitely, and having more of the humans, seeing them going back and forth a little bit, you're going along the emotional story. Whereas this, they don't know, but it's the same idea. Like Bodger's old, and they're just like before they left, even the young dog and the cat's like, I don't know if he can make it, but the end plays out the same. The young dog comes in, the dad actually, he's like, oh my God, and then it's the oldest son with the old dog, and they have their moment. But again, without meeting those kids throughout the movie, it's like I don't even know their journey. Like they're not sad, and he says the same line. He was just too old, and so it's there. But overall, Homeward Bound gave me more of that emotional moment. I mean, I was fine with Incredible Journey. I'm not going to go back and watch this. I would rather go back and watch Homeward Bound. I probably will when this year is over and we can watch regular films again. But
regular movies.
But for the most part, yeah. I mean, and then I think about what it was done, how this was done in the 60s, because obviously, it's not like they had those special effects now. So, just the way they did them. And the scenes were shot fine. Like I said, everything was fine in this movie. But that's the problem. It was just the sequel, or no, excuse me, the remake did it better than the original. 100%. And I
mean, I agree. It's a classic. Yep.
Yeah. And again, it's not like there's anything wrong. I just think no one's going to talk about this just because Homeward Bound did it better. It gave us more personality just with everyone. There is a crazy scene in Incredible Journey, I will say, that like one of the old guys who finds the animals, like he's just this crazy in the woods guy. So you're just like, oh shit. Like it's not like he's crazy. He's just very a hermit's the best way I can explain it. They probably use that term in there. And he takes the animals in his little cabin, and you see him fixing 4 plates, and you're like, oh, this is nice. He's going to feed the animals. And he sits down and starts eating. And it's like he almost forgot there's pets. And then he sits down at the next plate and eats like what the dogs was, because the pets don't think to sit at the table, obviously. And it's kind of hilarious, but kind of alarming at the same time. And then he's like, oh, wait, that's right. I found it. Like, I don't get the point of it, but I'm like, there is some originality to it. But like I said, a lot of it, the same scenes, the porcupines of the dog's face, everything, they didn't change much. They did update it more for the 90s one to make it feel more 90s, with the cooler names and just maybe more of the atmosphere. But yeah, so like I said, so there is I'm not telling people don't see this, but if you see Homeward Bound, go that route. Incredible Journey is just fine. I just don't think kids these days, it would be too boring, because back then
kids these days.
No, but well, think about it. This gets narrated like a book, and they're kind
of course,
and which is again acceptable.
We were okay with it. We were like, oh yeah, we're fine with this, but I get it. Kids these days. So, there is an original movie. Like I said, it is based on a book. I was kind of shocked to find it. I think I heard about this a while ago. I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's just see what they did different. And again, this was acceptable. I'm not going back to see it. I'm not saying this was a bad movie. I just think Homeward Bound did so much more things better that, again, we just talked about, like, I felt, I got emotional, during that reunion scene. Again, we know, even when I rewatch it and I know exactly what's going to happen, I'm like, probably because I also had a golden retriever at one time. I'm just like, I just feel it, I was just going to ask you, because I continue to learn things about you, but like, I've never known you to have a dog.
Because you met me after. Like, growing up, I always had a dog. I had and cats. I had cats too.
Which I can't picture. You seem like much more of a dog.
And then, let me rephrase. My sister had a cat. It was in the house. I'll pet it. And I am a dog. Even as a mailman, I love dogs. There's ones that have come out. I met a new dog today, and it just came in. I'm like, I always ask, can I pet? Even though I can see overly friendly, like, yeah. No, I love dogs, and I grew up pets. Just obviously where we live, we just not allowed to have pets. So that's part of the reason. Dude. Actually, when I met you,
dog. Oh my god.
Yeah. But the real question is, how do I rank this film? You know, where do I put this in our overall list? And sorry, I'm kind of scrolling as I'm doing this. So, like I said, it's not bad, but it is going to rank a little lower than I think some people might expect. I mean, I'm in a certain range. I already see where I'm just trying to decide. So I know we always say,
range.
Well, no,
because we're here. We're in the 70s, 80s. Like we joked about this. We're here right now. Like this is happening when we were like, this is gonna suck when it gets to this number. Welcome.
Okay.
We are now here.
Okay.
We're in the future.
At the moment, and I feel pretty confident about this one at the moment, but again, it could change. I am going to put this at number 46. So it's going to go above Wings and below the movie Fall. Because I think that's where these are like my acceptable movies, especially with the old ones. I like them. They're just not going to, it's not going to stick with me for some reason. That's kind of, right now, like I said, I feel pretty confident. I know me and you have recently kind of did some tweaks to our list, and it might happen, but low 40s, mid 40s is kind of where I'm at, and I feel comfortable with that. It didn't blow me away, but I didn't expect this one to blow me away. I was just very curious because, again, I've said it, I love Homeward Bound. It is a great movie. Incredible. This Incredible Journey, did not work out for me. So that's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling at the moment.
You thought it was cute though. Like you thought it was cute, but it wasn't like great.
So I mean, but if I did not see Homeward Bound, like if this is my first thing with the interaction with this kind of story, maybe but I just think there's just so much the remake did better and they did it correctly. Like I said, having the animals have their own voices to create their own personalities really helped instead of a narrator. I mean, like I said, it was decent. It's just an older Disney film, and that's how they used to do a lot of older Disney films. So, no, I didn't mind it. So, but I won't go back and watch it, and I'll leave it at that.